Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Travel Maze. This is Pratiksha. I hope you are spending beautiful Sunday with your family. So in today's video, I am going to share some basic information about how much is your expenditure here in Australia, specifically in Sydney. I have been in Sydney for more than a year, so I can share some details, how much is the rent, food, your travel, etc. So in my previous video I mentioned about how much can how much is the salary bracket depending on the profession, if you're into IT, banking, teaching, etc, etc, and how can you find job. And this video is focusing more on your expenditure. It's really important that when you migrate to any country, important to know your expenses, because a lot of time we have this salary bracket in our mind and we just divide by 12 and just we don't consider some factors, and when you land up here you get to know that okay, these are my expenditures. So really important, and it will be really helpful. This video, I think it's gonna be very helpful for anyone who is planning to travel, so you can estimate your cost. And yeah, you can just calculate and you can just decide good, not good to travel, etc. So first thing is the rent. Okay, so the first thing which comes into the picture is the rent thing. Okay, now rent in Sydney is really expensive. I come from Mumbai. It's as expensive as Mumbai in India. In India, Mumbai is the most expensive, has the most expensive real estate actually. So the similar way is for Australia. Sydney is really expensive. Rent here depending on the area. Okay, so if you're close to city center, it will be more expensive. And let me tell you, totally different thing about Sydney or all over Australia is that you have to pay your rent weekly basis. Okay, so it's not monthly, it's weekly basis. So which even I felt like really strange that you have to pay, you know weekly rent. So the more close you are to the CBD area, that is the central business area where all the offices and all the posh areas is, it's really expensive. It starts from around, I think, $800 per week, and just for studio apartment, and it will go more higher. But if you are a bit not close, if you're not close to the city, it can take you around like 50 minutes or 1 hour traveling, depending on which suburb are you actually placed. So the rent starts around like $320 per week, and you might get a studio, you might also get like a 2 bedroom 1 hall, that is 2 BHK, and kitchen and everything included. So $300, 320, say, it starts from $320 per week. Let me tell you, only water is included in this. So lump sum monthly, you can say like $1,600. So lump sum, your $1,600 are your rent expenditure. And then then you have your electricity and gas connection. So electricity and gas connection, you have to pay quarterly basis. It's quarterly payment, and for 3 months, for 1 quarter, it can be, if you're using like minimum what is required, like for cooking and then you're drying, etc. So it can cost you around like $120 to $150 for 3 months, that is for 1 quarter. However, guys, if it is winter time and you feel like really cold, and if you are switching on your heater for long time, remember that your electricity bill will be higher. Like I have a few friends who have paid like $1,000 for 3 months, which is way too high actually. And then the second thing is the third thing, sorry, the third thing is the transport. Okay, so obviously you need to travel to office on a daily basis. So what you get is an Opal card. Okay, so you get an Opal card. It's a prepaid card. You don't have counters here, so anybody is selling tickets, you don't have that stuff, so you have to recharge it. So minimum recharge is around like $20. And approximately, if you are in a suburb, I'll give an example. We stay in Parramatta actually. So Parramatta is um, around like 50 minutes from the main city where all the offices are. And Parramatta A distance is around, yeah, 50 minutes as I mentioned. So you will spend around like $7 daily, $7 daily. And then it may reduce peak hour and non-peak hour, the charges are a bit different. So if you travel before 9, I think $1 is less. So there's something like that. I personally don't travel. I'm lucky because my office is 15 minutes walkable. So really, really lucky uh, that I don't have to travel actually. So yeah, no traveling for me. And so you can say like transport will be around like $200 for a month. You can calculate 200 to $50 for a month. And please remember that on Sunday, wherever you travel, you only have to pay $2.70. So majority of the people who want to travel, who are new to the city or do shopping and go to some market, etc., they travel on Sunday because it's really cheap. Wherever you travel, from train and from bus, etc., it's $2.70. Yep. And the next thing I would mention about is the food. Okay, guys. So if you are not good at cooking and you don't know cooking at all, I think it will be expensive for you, because one cup of coffee, that is a regular size of coffee that is cappuccino or flat white or anything, will cost you around $3.50. Okay, so $3.50. And yeah, so just, and any food, be it lunch or be it dinner, minimum $10, minimum $10. Okay, so if you don't know how to cook, it's gonna be a bit expensive. It will, yeah, your pockets will be a bit heavy. And of course, if you are an Indian and you're looking for some Indian tiffin service, food services, if you stay in Indian society, Indian society, when I say that, there are some suburbs which have mostly all Indians are there. Okay, so you can get, but again, from $7 till $15 you have to pay. So that's for the food thing. And depend on the restaurants. Okay, so if you go to the Indian suburbs, etc., so you will see that there are a lot of restaurants, lot of Indian restaurants. And again, if you want to eat like a snack also, vada pav or like dhokla or anything, you have to pay around like $6 or $5. Yeah. And if you want to eat paneer or something like that, it will be costing you around like $14 or $15. So once a while, yeah, you can eat. The best is to cook at home. Then I would speak about groceries. Now groceries are, I would say, it's okay. Like, it's some of the stuff are expensive, but some of the stuff are like really cheap. I mean, I find sometimes even cheaper than India. Like, say for example, milk. You get milk in $1, which is like 50 rupees a liter, and it's a good milk. Okay. And then butter and then bread, etc., depending, in, I think, up to $4 or $5, depending on the brand. A good brand, you will get it. So groceries is not very expensive. Your Indian basmati rice will cost you around like $10-$12, something like that, for 5 kgs. Your ghee, Amul ghee, or your Patanjali or something like that, will cost you like $10 a kg. Now, due to COVID, obviously the prices are a bit higher now, because the supplies, that's what the retailers say, that the supplies are less, demand is more. And obviously the exports, etc., like, everything is impacted. Actually, imports, export, everything is impacted. um uh, Ashirvad atta, I think 10 kilo pack or a 5 kilo pack is around 10 kg, like $10 or $12, but now it has been increased to around, I think, $17 or $18. And this is food, you can say lump sum around $200. You like, your vegetables, fruits, your grocery items, you can say around 100 or $150 per month is the expenditure. Then the last thing which I would tell is, if you have kids. Okay, so if you're married, you have your kids, and both the parents, if both of them are working, and if your kid is like really small, like below 11 years, he cannot stay at home. You have to send him to you have to send him to this home, to the child care. Okay, I sorry, I forgot. You have to actually send to child care. Now child care, say for example, if you are not a PR, permanent resident, you don't have that, and you're not an Australian citizen, you need to pay around $60 per day, which is expensive. Okay, so it's illegal to keep a young, obviously you won't do it also, but it's illegal to keep a child alone, so you have to spend around that. But if you have a PR and if you're an Australian citizen, you get 50% rebate basically. So if suppose the cost is $100 per day, then you just have to pay like around $50 per day. So I'm just gonna revise again. So just calculate how much is your monthly, expenditure. So rent, minimum to minimum, guys, I'm telling you, it's around $1,600. Then your electricity and your gas will be around, for quarter will be $150. And then your transport, $250 on the higher side, and then your groceries, etc., $150 or $200. And then if you are sending your child to the child care, as I told you that it will be expensive. Yeah, to yeah, so you can just calculate now. So if you don't have a child, your expenditure will be around $2,200 per month. And if you have a child and you don't have a PR, or you're not an Australian citizen, it will be more, like you have to just add the cost of the child care. I hope you like this video and you got some information about it. I'll see you soon with some new information about Australia, about Sydney. Have a nice Sunday. Bye. See ya.